Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Your girl Brittany here, and I'm here with another tutorial for you today for this cute 2-compartment Happy Mail box. And if you would like an opportunity to make it today and send some cute stuff to your friends, make sure you stay tuned. Okay, so what you're going to need is you're going to need 2 pieces that are 7 by 7, and you're going to need some, you can use heavyweight chipboard, lightweight chipboard, like cereal boxes. Like this is like cereal box material. You don't have to make it super sturdy or heavy or anything like that, but if you want to use heavyweight chipboard, you can. But you will need 2 pieces that measure 3 1/8 by 6 1/4, and then 3 pieces that measure 2 by 6 1/4. Then you'll need 2 pieces that are 8 1/2 by 11. You're not gonna need the whole entire second sheet. This is just to adhere your chipboard pieces to. And then you'll need a piece that is 12 by 6. To quickly make the boxes, I'm sure we all know how to make boxes, so I am just going to skip over this part here. Alright, so now I have my boxes formed. So the base part is 3 inches and it is 2 inches high. So now you're going to take your chipboard or cereal box pieces, and you're going to take your 8 1/2 by 11, and you're just going to take some score tape and put it at the edge of your paper. And take that, a little bit of that tape off. Then I'm going to take my other piece, line it up on top of that tape, make sure I have it even, and then remove the rest of that tape and push it down. Alright, so for your chipboard pieces, this is 1 is your top and 1 is your bottom. So depending on which one, where you want to put it, if you want this to be your top and then you carry everything over this way, or whichever, you just want one of them to go in the middle, so then when you decorate it, that way you can go ahead and cover your adhered piece there. So basically what you're going to do is, here is the top, here is a flap, bottom, flap. So it should look something like that depending on how you work, if you work left to right or right to left. And then you're just going to adhere your pieces down to the sheet, and you're going to leave about 1/8 of an inch gap because we're going to be folding it, and you want to make sure that the paper doesn't crack or anything like that. Now that I have that put together, we're going to cut off the excess here, and you want to leave about 1 inch on the edges. And then here I'm going to just start folding the edges to go ahead and prep my paper. So I'm just going to fold it down all the way around. So now that I have that all prepped, I'm going to go ahead and minor the corners. Again, if you've done this before, you don't want to go too close to the edge, so then when you fold it, you don't have any of the little chipboard piece being exposed. So I'm just going to minor that and curve over, minor that. Now I'm going to take my score tape and I'm going to apply it on the edge of all of my white spaces here. Alright, so now I'm going to remove my tape, starting with my longer sides first and adhere it to the little chipboard pieces. Alright, so now that I have that, before I do anything else, I'm actually going to prep my little spaces here. So I'm going to take my bone folder and go across that and kind of score it on all the spaces there. And I'm going to prep my paper so then that way it won't. I don't have to worry about it cracking. Because your box is going to go like this when you eventually fold it. So now we're going to take our 12 by 6 sheet. This is going to lay it across your paper like this. Now you could either just take your plain white sheet here like I'm doing and lay it across, and then you can go ahead and mat your decorative paper, or you can take your decorative paper and mat it on that way. It just all depends on what you're using. So if you're using a 6 by 6 paper pad, you're going to want to do it this way and then mat your decorative paper on top of that. Otherwise, if you're using a 12 by 6, you can go ahead and skip this step and just lay that down there. I am going to take my glue and go ahead and lay that down. And then before I start folding or doing anything like that, I'm going to do what I did before, and I'm going to prep my lines there so that it can be a nice and easy fold. Just go ahead and take it slowly. Try not to go too fast because you could still crack or mess up your paper. Bring that over. Same with the other side. So again, you want to test it out, make sure. Boom. Alright, so now again, if you're going to go ahead and mat on the inside part, now would be a good time to do that before you add your boxes onto your piece here. So, or even if you're going to mat the outside, go ahead and do that as well before you mat your boxes on. And also, you probably want to go ahead and decorate these too. Depends on how you're going to do it. If you're going to leave a gap in between, if you're going to put it right next to each other, you probably don't need the paper on the sides there, but to each their own. So I'm going to actually go ahead and decorate the outside here, and I will be back. Alright, so now I have my outside matted, and I matted the outside of my boxes. So I did the outer left, the front, and then the outer right, and I actually adhere the boxes together. And so this is going to sit right in the center. So it should be your 2-inch flap, your 3/4 flap, 2-inch flap, because remember it's going to fold over like this. So when you do it, you want to make sure you have a good idea, because you're going to be adhering the back to it. So usually, y'all know I am a hot glue girl, but I don't want this to slide on me. So I'm going to use my Barely Art glue. And then I'm going to lift that flap up and then adhere it down. And just take my bone folder and press it on down. Now, depending on if you are a hot glue king or queen, you can go ahead and use your hot glue and adhere it to your boxes, and so you can go ahead and lay up your other flap, or you can go ahead and use your wet glue. And y'all know me, ain't nobody got time for that. So I'm gonna use my hot glue. Alright, so now from here you can go ahead and figure out how you want to adhere your front flaps together. So here's your sides. That's how that looks. So this way you can either do Velcro. If you want to do magnets, of course you want to do that before you go ahead and mat your pieces together. If you want to do some type of brad and then do a whole little loop-de-loop, you can go ahead and do that. I think I'm going to, no, I think I'm just going to be simple today and do Velcro. I'm out of my little circle Velcro dots, so I'm just going to use this, which I also got from the Dollar Tree that they sell, and you just have to add on your own adhesive to adhere it. So I'm just getting my hot glue top there. Do the same thing to the other piece. Then add my hot glue to the bottom so I can adhere it to the bottom part, making sure everything is even first, and then push that in. And there is your cute little Happymail box. You can go ahead and decorate it however you want. You can put all sorts of fun little trinkets or Happy Mail pieces in there to send off to someone, or you can even use it as storage for yourself in your craft room or anywhere else where you need it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Make sure you give it a thumbs up if you did, and if you do decide to make it, make sure you tag your girl on Instagram. And if you're not following me already, my link is down below. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.